Is this working? Yes. Here's a mess. I think that I'll just go back on. Yeah, here's a total mess. Here's a very, very quick update. I have been 100 miles per hour this whole week, absolutely non-stop. I haven't actually left my house, which is my office, since Monday. I think it's now Christmas Eve, or Rusterome Eve as I like to call it. The clock is off, that's why I'm looking at it, thank God. Yeah, so we're leaving tomorrow morning, and I've only just started or resumed work on the car about 3 or 4 hours ago. In that time I have changed the plug leads, the plugs which were loose, the plug leads which were disintegrated. I've changed the air mass flow sensor, I've refitted the alternator. It turned up, it arrived, finally! I'd like to say it's been refurbished, but no, it has not been refurbished. They didn't have time to refurbish it, so they've just fixed it. It's a fixed alternator, that's all it is, a fixed alternator. Oh, and they changed the bearings, so we can only pray that they're going to be okay. So I've done that, I've changed 2 front suspension arms, which I was going to show you, but I put them away. What else did I do? What else have I done to you? Okay, fitted those 2 front suspension arms, because one of them was longer than the other, and it was causing really uneven tire wear. And I didn't know why it was happening until I noticed that. Here's the wear. Perfectly good tire, just worn out. So I fitted the two spares to the front, and then those 2 will be the 2 Sahara spares. What else have I done? So now I need to do the tracking. I've changed the fuel filter because it had like a full throttle surge problem. It would just, like, when you boot it, it would just slump and then go. So I thought maybe fuel starvation, I guess. So I've changed that. I've also got a fuel pump which I'm swivering whether I'm going to fit or not, because really I don't have time anymore. I've still to fit the new camera, gimbal and all that on the rig, so that's quite a big job. So now I'm going to do the tracking, which means I've got to move the Mark 10, the Jaguar XK8, the Daimler 6 stay. Oh, and I had a look outside. Guess what? It's dark! It's dark already! Why? Come on. Everybody's like chilling out, they're excited for the trip, and as they should be, and I'm stressed out as per usual. Anyway, I'll be fine. So I'm gonna get this tracking done, and I should probably take it for a test drive, make sure it actually drives okay. So I'm still in the workshop, setting up the camera rig now. I've snipped this cable in half. What is the lens? I snipped this cable in half. I wasn't meant to snip it in half, now I've got to rejoin it. Should be in my bed. Alexa, what time is it? Was that 11:42 or 32? It doesn't really matter. Okay, so where was I last time? I done the tracking. I didn't actually adjust it. It was bang on. I must have got really lucky. Haven't driven it yet, so it's probably terrible. I've got the camera mounted, so here is, I don't know if you can see that. So here's the new camera. It's a Sony a7S III, exactly like I'm filming on right now, actually. So I sold all my Panasonic gear, which is what we used to use a GH5S, for those of you who are into cameras. Now we've got the a7S III, it's much better at focusing. I 3D printed this arm here, which is going to control the zoom, not the focus. This was originally designed to control focus, which is very easy to turn, but unfortunately the zoom on this lens, which is a 24 to 105, I'm sorry non-camera people, I'm boring you, it's working. I'm missing one cable, I'll grab that when I get home. The gimbal's working, it looks pretty robust. It's a much more sophisticated gimbal, just a better quality. The one we were using was like 10 years old. It was a really good gimbal 10 years ago. But just wasn't up to date. The biggest problem we had with the old equipment was powering it and keeping it powered, whereas now I've run a 12-volt line to the gimbal, which is actually powering the camera, the gimbal, unfortunately not the follow focus more, but basically it's all powered. When we start up in the morning, we'll switch the camera on, everything will be live, and it will remain on all day. And then when we go into the hotel at night, I'll take everyone out of the car, and it'll be safe. Dad's going to be doing some of the driving, I'll be doing some of the driving too. When Dad's driving, I'll be filming. Here is the gear we'll be using, so I'll use this little controller here, and this is what controls the gimbal. It's just a little joystick, pretty straightforward. Sorry, it's a bit dark in here. Yeah, and then this big dial here will be used to do the zoom. I haven't tested the car yet, mainly because there's like 1-2 cars blocking my exit, and it's a bit of a faff getting the cars out because the workshop may look huge, but it's not. Sounds really sad, but I've given it a quick once over, done the wheels and the tyres. I'm now going to pack all this junk into the car. This is a spare headlight I was going to fit. I didn't fit it, so it's going in the car. This is actually the box of all the parts I didn't fit, so hopefully we won't need them. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with it overall. I think it's going to be fine. I just really wish I had been in my bed by now because I wanted to get some sleep. But yeah, I need to go home and finish printing. Oh no, I do. Yeah, I need to finish printing checkpoint guides, chop them up, and then print all my organisation leaflets and documents and everything I need. Everything else is pretty much wrapped up. Yeah, I'm pretty shattered, to be honest. It's, as much as it's not a physical at times job, it's mentally exhausting. I've been on it with the bookings since January, and this last sort of month has been non-stop. So it's yeah, it's quite exhausting, and I hate starting the rally exhausted. So what did she say it was? 11:42. So if I'm lucky, I'll maybe get to bed by 1, which is not too bad. So if this video is posted tonight and you're wondering why I'm late for leaving day, now you know why. A glorious Volvo 940 camera crew car, ready, I think, to go to the Sahara. So, wish Dad and myself luck. Give you another update tomorrow morning. Oh my god. So I just got home after the shortest ever test drive, and it's driving fine. Tracking's good, steering's nice, suspension feels all like normal, like a boat. Everything there is good. There's no nasty knocks or rattles. Basically everything I think I fixed is fixed, except one massive major issue, and it's actually gotten worse. I think with the new air filter and the exhaust flowing better, the car wants to perform better, and it's just highlighted this problem even more, which is that it has this annoying under full load, it just cuts out. It just goes boom, boom, and just runs out of power. I really genuinely thought that it was the fuel pump, but I haven't changed it yet because I ran out of time. I changed the fuel filter, hoping that would be it. So I was about to go back to the workshop and fit the fuel pump, but I've just packed 3 cars into the workshop and it's chock-a-block, so I was like, no. So I think I'm going to finish off my checkpoint guides and then come back really early tomorrow morning. I mean today morning. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should not test your car on the morning of leaving day. Do it weeks before. Much better. Weeks before. Good night, everybody.